Well, Aaron, though, I do appreciate you hopping on last minute after Dill the Pill decided to
He is
bail.
a pill sometimes, isn't he?
That's like his MO. He's just Mr. Flaky. Flaky
He's the
McFlake.
worst co-host
The worst
we've ever had.
He was complaining that he wants to be on the cover. It's not going to happen, Dylan. Sorry.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Yeah, he bounces right after that conversation.
I'm coming for his job.
You should.
should.
Be honest, we don't pay him anything.
Sounds about right.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Collecting Keys podcast. I'm Mike DeHaan here with Dan Austin and guest today, Aaron Bihl, because Dilly Bear over there in Cincinnati decided to cancel on us with like an hour, maybe 2 hours to spare, which, you know, he sent us a really long voice memo that I definitely didn't listen to. And I read like the first 3 minutes of because it was like 2.5 minutes. I'm like, Dylan, I don't got time for that, buddy. Come on.
Oh, you read it? You could read it?
Yeah, so I can transcribe it on my phone. And then once I kind of get the gist of what they're saying, I just stop because I don't care.
Oh, it's like every book I've read.
Is he okay?
But she said something came up. You know how it is. And I'm like, all right, Dylan, I got you. But either way, so Aaron, I appreciate you hopping on. And you've been on the show a couple times, but last time was probably like a year ago.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
Yeah, it's been a while. I don't know when the last time was, but
yeah,
it's been around a few times.
So I guess for people who don't know you, just so they know who you are, give a really brief rundown, less than 60 seconds, who you are and what you're doing.
Yeah, so I am in South Carolina, wholesale, flip, do everything direct to seller, off market, mainly focus on buying, selling trailers and a little bit of like commercial stuff now.
Yeah, you were, the episode that you were first on with us was like specifically around mobile homes. That's been your
Trailer
MO
boy.
for a while, the trailer boy.
Trailer boy.
Yeah, because you were doing that in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
down in San Antonio. Why did you move to South Carolina? This is something I actually haven't talked to you about. And I would say for context, people, Aaron was, I would say, my first real estate friend when we were in CCF with Ryan Dossey's group years and years ago. And we flew out to Florida for like a little meetup and we just connected right away. And so we've kind of like gone through a similar growth trajectory. When we met back then, we were both green and then we both have had our own individual success. And now you're still in the real estate game, but you've kind of grown and evolved as you've gone. But you moved from Texas to South Carolina. Why did you move to South Carolina? Just on like a personal note. I don't have actually talked to you about this.
It's a good question. So several reasons. I normally give kind of three answers to that. One, split with a business partner, kind of just wanted to start over.
Mm-hmm.
The market in Texas is trash. So was kind of excited to get away from that. Getting a little closer to family. My family's all in Ohio. So now I'm like drivable home.
That's so wild to me. Like my geography from being in Washington is so skewed.
That South Carolina and Ohio.
To me, Texas is like closer.
Yeah.
Right? Like, but it's not one bit. But Ohio is also close to a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's a 6.5 hour drive and you drive through like 7 states. It's kind of wild.
It is so weird to me.
But that and just kind of getting away from it being really freaking hot in Texas all the time.
Because it's notoriously more temperate in South Carolina.
It's chilly in South Carolina.
I mean, we have like seasons.
Yeah.
Like in Texas, you have like summer, then like what I call like diet summer. You get like January where it's like
Diet
cold
summer.
for like a month.
Yeah.
But like the last few summers in Texas were also like especially brutal. Like we just had like stretches of like we were getting 100-degree days in like March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get a brutal stretch of like 60 days of that in like July, August. It just gets old, which it's like hot here, but you get seasons, which are really nice.
Yeah.
But then as far as like real estate stuff goes, so the market just became brutally slow in San Antonio. And I mean, it's like you list a flip, you price it really well. You might get a showing, I don't know, like a few showings in 60 days.
Yeah.
Like it just became so slow.
You had stuff sitting forever down there. Yeah. I mean, like we had a couple loans with you that there's one that you had for like over a year that was on the market.
Oh yeah. It's just like, and it wasn't even like, it just became a thing of like, it didn't matter what you priced it at. Like it just didn't matter.
Just no buyers.
So then I was doing some virtual stuff for a while. My dispo guy kind of had some connections to different places. We did that for a while, which I just don't love. And then once I decided to move, ended up here and started doing more stuff locally, and the market's pretty good. And then I didn't know that mobile homes were like a huge thing here, but apparently like there's like more mobile home deals in South Carolina than like any other state. Like you go in the investor Facebook groups and it's not people that want to flip houses. It's people that want to put new mobile homes on land.
Interesting.
Like that's like the big thing here. So, started flipping mobiles, just did my first where we bought land and put a mobile home on it. And that's becoming really interesting and lucrative. So now pretty much solely focusing on buying mobile homes, lots in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, kind of this whole area. And then starting to buy some storage and mobile home parks as well to keep wholesale, all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, depending on the area, there is like a whole industry around those individual mobile homes, which I think is pretty fascinating because people always talk about the parks. Ever since Brandon Turner started talking about mobile home parks on, Bigger Pockets so long ago, that's on so many people's radar. But I still feel like there hasn't been the put a mobile home on a piece of land guru yet.
No.
Chris Rude's trying to be that guy.
Is he?
He's doing well with it.
Is he?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, like the way he's doing, I mean, I don't know him, don't, know anything good or bad, but he's monetizing it like 12 different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The one thing that I was thinking about this was like the moving them is a whole business around just that.
Well, I think you buy them new though. So like, I think it's a little bit simpler probably.
Well, I know, but like you got to pay someone to move it, right?
So his structure is he's either a dealer or partners with dealers. So he gets a fee on it when you sell a new one. And then he's like partnering with people to do them, like buy the land and do it. He's lending on them and charging 15 and a half and 3 to lend on them.
Damn.
And then he has a mastermind too. So it's like, what is that? Quadruple dipping?
That just wouldn't work here in Washington. Like nobody's paying 15 because you could just go get financing. Like if you're buying a new mobile home on land, you could just finance that here with normal conventional financing.
Well, so he's doing that to investors because no hard money lenders are touching that asset, right?
Okay.
I think people will eventually, and there's one here that's starting to do them, but like people have stuff for new builds. They'll do stuff for mobile homes sometimes.
Yeah.
Which that's completely different here than it was in Texas too, like just the way it's set up. But they'll do that sometimes, but no one's doing the finance the lot, new build, purchase process.
I see. These are investors that'll be flipping it, going to him, buy the mobile home. They've already got the land, set it all up, get the hard money. That makes sense.
Yeah, and then if you don't have money, he'll like partner with you on it and split it or whatever. So it's like, dude seems to be crushing it doing it. But
yeah, it makes sense. There was those, I think there were twins that were doing, they were the big like land guys for a while that I saw everywhere on social media. I think their whole thing has disappeared at this point. But that was essentially what they would do as well, is they would help all the rookies find the land, and then they'd be like, oh, well, I can't get anyone to finance the land. Help me. And they'd be like, oh, we'll finance land for you. Basically, we're just going to split the deal 50-50.
Yeah.
And so what he had essentially done is he had monetized his pipeline. We're paying to learn how to do it. They would get a healthy share of the deal, but they didn't have to outlay any marketing expense. Instead, they would get all these dummies that would pay them and then spend their own money to find the deals.
Yeah.
So, well, nice. So I guess like on those things, you told me a little bit, what are the economics on these? Like how juicy are these deals? Because I think one of the reasons that people get turned off on it is because their view on mobile homes on land is relatively poor, and out here in Eastern Washington, if you have like 5 acres with a double wide on, you can sell a thing for 400.
Yeah.
It's pretty
That's solid.
decent, you know? And so I guess like out where you're at, what do those numbers look like?
So most of the stuff, like selling mobile homes, I like to, whether it's flipping them, new ones or whatever, I like to be in a place where you can sell them in the 200s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like Greenville is like really hot. Lots of people are moving here. It's like not super affordable if you want to live in actual Greenville. So you get 20 minutes outside and you can get a half acre and a mobile home for like $225 or $230 or whatever. And it just seems like in places where it's a little expensive and you have to move out to afford things, it makes sense. And then but new ones in like around Charleston are like $300K too. So it just depends on where you are. Yeah. So generally, I think the thing that's more appealing to me about those than flipping, which I still love flipping them, is like the speed. And I don't have to wait on FHA. So I don't have to, like I had a mobile home I flipped a few months ago and we were done with the renovation in 2 weeks. We had a ton of showings on it. They all wanted to use FHA loans. So we had like 40 showings, but like no offers because no one can actually afford it, right? Mm-hmm. But with it being a new build, you're FHA eligible day one. And I'm trying to get these to the point where we can go from purchase land to have it listed in like 30 days.
Oh, really? Wow. So they treat a new mobile home as like a new build house from an FHA perspective. That's interesting.
That's cool.
Yep. So that should make it really interesting. And then like you just don't have all the BS of like, I mean, you guys have flipped houses. Like you can have the most amazing flip in the world. Someone's still going to bitch about something. Like,
of course.
Right.
Like it doesn't matter. There's going to be something they find wrong with it. But like if it's brand new, like everything's brand new, it's just in theory should be, a little more difficult. But then a lot of it too is kind of the same with flipping. It's just different trades. So you have You have your land clearing guy, and you have your setup guy, and then you have your trim out guy, and you have a septic guy. And like, you just have a lot of the same kind of process, but just different trades, which I didn't really realize. I kind of was just like, I don't know, you just buy the land and like, you just park it there. Like, but it's just not exactly how it works.
So you're actually finding like raw land where you actually do need to develop it. You probably drop a driveway in, septic tank. Do you put a well in?
It just depends. And that's the thing that I'm learning too, of like different. The one I did had a previous mobile home. So I sold it for $3,000. Someone came and moved it. So I already had like septic, water line, all that stuff. So that was, pretty easy.
Yeah.
I have one we're buying now that like we had to put a septic on it. We had to put a well on it. So it's all just like factoring into your numbers. Like,
right.
Hey, I got to buy it cheaper if I have to put a septic for $6,500 or $7,000 and then a well for $6,000. And if I can just tap into city water and sewer, obviously that's easier and cheaper. And it all just kind of factors into that. But I would say the thing that like anything, people are paying like, I want to say retail for these lots, but people are doing this and not getting great deals on lots. So, I mean, my advantage is like pretty good at sourcing off market deals. Like I just mailed a bunch and we bought like 12 lots we've contracted 12 lots, right? So it's like, now I have a bunch of these that I can wholesale for 10 to 15K, or I can develop myself and put homes on them. So that's where the numbers start to get really interesting. If you're buying them from wholesalers, you're going to be in it probably like, I don't know, call it, if you bought a deal from a wholesaler on the market, you may be all in at like 170, 180, selling like 225, which is like,
that's pretty good.
Decent, but not amazing.
Yeah.
But like the one I'm about to list this week, which we got a really good deal on it, I'm going to be all in at like 135, 140, and we're going to list at 225.
Damn, that's good.
So like trying to target that like sub, 150, 160 all in price, and then sell somewhere in the 200s.
Yeah.
Where even if like, and then a lot of these too, it's like the good and bad thing about mobile homes, whether you're flipping or doing new builds, is like sometimes there's just unknown.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
It's not like, flipping a house in a subdivision where you have clear comps. You're like, oh, well, this one, I don't know, 5 miles away sold for that. Seems similar, right? But a lot of times the good upside. It's not like we have some where like I have one we're flipping. I'm like, I don't know, like nothing's sold in here in 5 years, but it's going to be we're flipping it. It's going to be a brand new double wide on 2 acres. Like, worst case, we probably sell it for 180. I think it sells for like 225 though. But you don't know till you do it. So that's the one kind of good thing is, there's a little more upside potential, but some unknown with it.
Well, I think the key is you have to, with all real estate, right? You kind of make your money when you buy. That's the old saying. And so with what you're doing, because you're not a broker dealer yet of mobile homes, so you're having to buy those probably at retail. So you need to make that money on the land. But then I think what a lot of people do is they pay retail for the land, but then they buy the mobile homes themselves at a pretty significant discount because they're like a broker dealer. And so they get the prices.
Yeah. And that's like, I have a buddy here who's a dealer.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about getting my dealer's license. I know he has like a 10K markup. So then you look at that, call it 140 for me, and then that becomes 130. And then you start to source better contractors. So I think there's some margin there you can create too of like,
for sure.
Oh, we can get the deck guy for 5K instead of 6, or the brick guy for 4 instead of 5, whatever those numbers end up being, and start to create another 10 to 20K margin. And it gets pretty interesting, especially the speed of it. So now I'm like doing a lot of that, trying to partner with people and stuff just because, I don't know, I just don't want to have a bunch of hard money loans, and I'm getting these sourcing deals isn't the issue.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know one of your guys reached out to us about a loan. I told him we could do it, but he said he was already working with somebody else. But yeah, it's funny. When you originally asked me about that, you asked about lending, and I kind of told you no. But it comes down to the situation and the borrower, right? Because, and I'll be honest, I was slightly, I want to say biased. I had like a preconceived notion because what I was anticipating is like, oh yeah, can you fund these for my buyers? And it's like some toothless guy that's like buying this shitty trash mobile home in rural South Carolina. I'm like, no, I'm fucking giving that money. Yeah. Then the guy that reached out to me, he like has cash. He's sophisticated. Like the deal like makes sense, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do that. Totally. We'll just balance sheet it. It'd be great.
Which is funny because so he reached out to you. He's like, I thought that's who you're going to send me to. And I was like, no, I don't think they'll touch it. And he's like, well, he said he would. So I'm like, oh, interesting.
Yeah. It depends exclusively on the individual when it comes to those kind of deals.
Yeah.
So it's just different. And I think a lot of hard money lenders won't touch them because, to your point, they probably have the similar preconceived notions that I do, where it's like it's a meth mobile home on like some weird back roads.
Yeah, some weird janky shit.
Well, and it's hard to, me and Buddy were talking about this the other day, like hard money lenders saying they're private lenders drives me insane. But there are people like you guys and like other people I know who kind of do, like, I would say, operate somewhere in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of your stuff's more like standard institutional. We sell our loans, we do that. But like you have the ability to still kind of make your own decisions, do your own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like the guy who we were referring to works for a big name hard money lender. I won't name him, but like my buddy, like he's like, hey, is that so and so? I was like, yeah, introduce yourself. And he's like, yeah, he told me he's a private lender. Isn't he a hard money lender? And then we're like, why do people do this?
Yeah.
But there are people that have the ability, like you guys and like some other people I know locally, that hey, we can actually like look at this and decide if we want to do it and have the ability to do some stuff. Hey, it's probably not going to be our whole business, but you have the ability to actually do some of that. But the whole like hard money lenders calling themselves private lenders, I'm like, whoever decided there's a thing, stop doing it.
I know. Well, that's actually like a good piece of education for people because so the industry as a whole is called private money lending. Like the biggest conference is the AAPL, which is the American Association of Private Lenders. And like all the big names go to that. And the reason they call it private lending is because the end buyers of a lot of the notes they're not like the government, right? They're typically privately owned companies. Yep. Whether that's a bank or it's a hedge fund or whatever, they're the ones that end up providing the money down the line. And so technically it is a private loan because it is not going through a, large federal process. But the key question you got to ask people is, okay, so you have a hard money lending, a private lending company. So you can ask them, are they a balance sheet lender or are they, trading their debt or like what does their actual funding structure look like? Because if somebody has their own balance sheet and their own ability to balance sheet loans, then they're more likely to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And most smaller lending companies will kind of operate in the middle, kind of like we do, where you have a small fund, with like private individuals that have invested money with us that we can, use that money how we see fit. But we have to be selective because we do run out of capital. And so on average, stuff has to fit into the credit box that the big money does like so that we can trade it.
Yeah.
But if the people aren't playing that game at all, like they're only balance sheet lenders, which is common, they can typically do stuff like that. Or if they are like, kind of like us mixed where they have like a certain allocation that they're willing to balance sheet, then they can do things, and that's like truly a relationship lender at that point. Because like when we are doing those loans, honestly, we will bet on the horse more than, like I said, the jockey more than the horse, right? Like the operator, even if the deal is like a little bit outside of what we like, but we believe the operator is really sound, the operator has assets, we're more likely to do that. Versus when you're doing the bigger credit box stuff, it's kind of the other way around. So, it's just different. But yeah, it's just so for education people, if you ever have somebody that says that they're a hard money lender and then they go, oh, well, here's my really small box, just ask them if they actually are a balance sheet lender and they carry their debt. And if the answer is no, or they don't know what you're talking about, or they give you some runaround answer, then they're probably not going to do your deal that's outside the norm.
Yeah, they're probably doing a shitty job anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
If they're not willing to answer that question.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Yeah. So as you go forward, though, let us know. We can definitely take a look at them. But so I guess with your financing then, how are you putting these together? Because then I guess at the end of it too, you said FHA buyers are buying it. So once it's stabilized, they have no problem getting conventional debt. It's just that kind of like in between period.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to sell them to people. Yeah. Like it just sounds like a house.
That's their standard box, probably, especially for FHA buyers. Like that's the price range.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's probably not uncommon, and if you have a good lender in town that does that shit, it's probably quick.
Yeah,
So
I guess like in the meantime, if you can't get hard money lenders, what are you like getting like a car loan to buy a freaking mobile? Like what is that? That's how they're titled. You go to the DMV,
a title loan.
yeah, like you go to the DMV to transfer title on a mobile home.
No, so I mean honestly, like if I'm just, everything I'm doing right now is either with partners or private money. So trying to build out more of the partner side, just because I think I can scale that faster and still get really, really good deals and offer people good splits on that. So like I'm building that out more where essentially like we'll take a small fee on the front end and then me, project manager, manages the entire thing. They buy it, we split it 50-50. But it gives me ability to just do a lot more and I can just kind of like turn on the faucet, buy more deals. But I just got to the point with like hard money when like previous company, we would do a lot of deals, but like man, when you're doing like 10 or 15 flips or whatever, and you're like, cool, I sold a flip, I can pay my hard money this month, like it's 20 grand or 30 grand or, whatever. It just becomes a thing where it's like, I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. So even like private money stuff, like I'll get lenders and normally I'll just JV just because like it's just less stressful.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people are like, you're giving away too much money. And it's like, that's fine. Like, it's okay. Like if it goes quick, they make too much money. If it goes long, the longer it goes, I get a better end of the deal. So it's just kind of like however you want to do it.
So theoretically, like you get a lot and you're like, cool, this is a good deal. You call a guy like me, you say, hey, I got a deal. You want to be part of this? You JV with them. Maybe they come to the table with cash to buy the lot, maybe buy the mobile home too, because it's a new mobile home from the dealer and you just basically manage it all.
Yep.
See, those are the kind of deals I like to be involved in.
Yeah. So we have people that, have cash, and then now the hard money lender we're used here started to do the land home package stuff. So essentially, like, we get a deal, whether it's a flip or whatever, run the numbers on it. I want to sell everything like a 70% deal. It's kind of my goal. Then we, manage everything. They buy everything. We split the profit. But good thing is, like, you look at it and you're like, oh, man, I made 20K or 30K after splitting it. Like, that's not that much. But I think the bigger thing is there's like a ton of margin for like, we're making these really hard to lose on.
Yeah, which is so important.
If you have 60 to 80K in margin, it's like, it's not like the flip I'm doing where I'm going to make 20K. And if I mess it up, I'm like screwed.
You're going to lose 20K.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So trying to do these with like enough margin where like it's interesting to split it with people, but more so like I might make a 20K mistake. I hopefully won't make an 80K mistake,
right?
Or 60, 70, something like that. Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of what that stuff looks like, which is, it's fun. Like one now I like threw out this week and it's like, cool, I have this lot. And then that same day we picked up 2 more in that same city. So I'm like, I can do this 3 times or I can wholesale the lots. Like, it doesn't really matter. So the lot thing just seems to be a lot like quicker to, I mean, I can pick up flips, but it's less predictable. Of like mailing lots is just a little easier. So
yeah, a lot of people like Mike and I, you just have land and you don't know what to do with it sometimes, or you just are sitting on it for whatever reason. And somebody's like, I'll buy that from you. And you're like, cool.
Right. We should throw a mobile on that, Dan. That would be really funny, actually. Yeah. It's like a really nice neighborhood. We like carved out this piece of land that is taking us forever because we have to we can't get a partial reconveyance on our mortgage.
It's been a whole thing.
Until we sell the house. They wanted us to pay all these extra points and stuff to do a partial reconveyance. So what we should do to make it worthwhile is we should throw a mobile in this really nice neighborhood and just it would
just to piss everyone off.
It would be very out of place.
We're gonna fly you up here, dude. Just have you run the process for us.
It's amazing.
You could stay in the vacant Airbnb next door.
Weren't you doing a new build at some point, Dan? Did that happen?
No, I still have that. I have 2 lots. I forgot about that lot.
You forgot about the one that you've been sitting on personally.
Yeah.
How have you been so busy?
Basically, the timing of that was pretty poor because that's about the time that we went hot and heavy on the lending. And so I just haven't had time. I've just put it on hold. I keep thinking I'm going to do it. I literally, there's just no time.
That's fair.
I would still want to do it. It's like, I'm not giving up on the idea, but for now I just got a land bank.
Yeah. It's a good location for it. It's an A+ part of town. So
it's a good neighborhood. All the houses up around it are all built up. And so I'm one of the last, or maybe 1 or 2 lots in the development that I haven't built. And it's just literally time. I have the capital.
It's your private land. You should go start dumping your trailer on it. You can do whatever you want.
I do. I do. Yeah, I take dirt from my house whenever I do a landscaping project. Not like
like mattresses and shit. No,
not garbage. No, it's not that kind of neighborhood. No,
yeah,
dude.
Behind my house, it's an open lot, and the construction companies that have been building other houses in my neighborhood just go and throw their trash back there all the time. They're fucking pouring their concrete and stuff back there. Yeah. And I called the city and they're like, well, it's private land, so you got to take that up with the landowner. I'm like, they don't give a shit. And it's land bank, like you said. So they're just going on there just polluting. And then we have all these kids back there playing in concrete dust and stuff. I'm like, that's healthy. That's a good thing. Thank you, everybody.
You got to start... just put an ad on Craigslist, and let people dump on Dan's land.
Yeah,
just
that's a good idea.
$25. Charge them $50. Be like, oh, it's mine. Yeah. Just dump whatever. It's fine. And you're collecting all this money.
Yeah, I'll just say I'm tired of seeing your trash. Dump it here instead. It's 2 minutes away. Yeah, right.
And he's just getting tires, and then eventually someone in the neighborhood is going to be like, "Hey, do something." And he's like, "You're just going to have to buy my land."
Yeah,
and then everyone wins.
I'll be a motivated seller at that point.
Well, you don't need to be motivated, dude. You have a lot of leverage. They're tired. Just make the trash get worse and worse, and be like, the price is going up.
I'll definitely be able to.
There's more stuff that's getting added to the treasure trove there.
Yeah, for sure.
This sounds like a great strategy.
There's a couple like Russian builders that live in the neighborhood. Like they've built houses in the neighborhood and they moved into the neighborhood. So that this is like right up their alley, dude. They'll be like, oh, sure, I'll buy that from you.
I know.
You know?
Yeah,
I'll
they'll
take
just,
garbage.
they'll just smash it down.
Yeah, I was
to
gonna
the
say,
house right on the top.
The foundation will be on top of the garbage.
Foundation on top of all the tires.
Yeah, exactly. Of course,
Mattresses.
Living down
falling off the hill.
God, no.
Yeah.
I think we're onto something.
We
I
are.
think so. Yeah. But anyways, that is cool though. So like this, what are the biggest, I would say, risks that you do face then? I mean, because preserving, like lowering your downside, I think right now is so important. And so like, what are the biggest sort of gotchas that you face with this kind of thing? Is it permitting issues with the land? Is it, sudden sewer, like inaccessible, or like, what are the big gotchas?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really know. I mean, I guess something like, doesn't sell or whatever, you get stuck, right?
No, you haven't found him yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll find him eventually.
The thing that's interesting here, though, I guess, like, if you buy lots without doing your due diligence on them, which I'm figuring out now, like, which was never really a thing in Texas, of like, you got to get a perk test to make sure you can have a normal septic tank, or even like land clearing costs. Normally, I'm like in Texas, I was more buying like infill lots too. So I'm like, it's land. What do I need to look at, right? Is there a water meter or not, right? With these, there's a lot, like something will look really good and you drive and you're like, oh, that's an entire hill. Like, can't do anything with that. So as long as like that in this utility situation, as long as you figure that out on the front end, I think that's the biggest thing. But like the whole like perk test thing's annoying because like everyone's backed up like 2 or 3 weeks. And it's this whole process and it's not cheap. They're like $1,000 or whatever. But also no one's going to buy it without it. So it's like...
They do just like drill holes in the ground, or what does this perk test mean?
I don't even know.
Okay.
They sound like me. I'm like, I don't
Right.
know. That's what they said they need.
I don't know. Someone just told me I need one, right? So they do them like a few different ways. Like you can do it like a mini excavator, and then they have like ones where they just like drill holes and like put water in the ground, come back in a few days, see what it does. And I don't know. I'm probably going to sound really stupid when this comes out. And
this is percolated. This is percolating.
Someone's going to be like, that's not what that is at all.
Yeah.
But, essentially they're going to come and they're going to say, hey, it's approved for this type of septic in this location, in this area.
Okay. It's for the poop water. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. This is why you and me have always gotten on so well, Aaron, is you're also just like a take action guy, just like I am. Like, I don't know what that is. And I feel like so many people get caught up in like wanting to know why things are what they are. Mm-hmm. Whereas one of the reasons that like Dan and I did well with our wholesaling business and our lending business has taken off relatively quickly is you just dive head on into it and you kind of like figure it out as the issues come around instead of just like trying to figure it out like beforehand. Because you never will. Like you don't know. And like you don't even know what questions to ask. You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of stuff where it's like, oh, we need this report, these different things. Like, I don't even begin to know what that is. And so I'll just tell
people.
Yeah,
the only I guess the biggest challenge here is everything's at a county level. So it's all different. So different counties have different rules on subdividing lots, and the whole retiring the title on a mobile home is at a county level, where in Texas it's at a state level. I would just send to my title company to do it. Here it's like every county is different. It might take forever. And we had a closing. So normally you would do that, before closing to be FHA or whatever. But apparently it's a slow enough process here that they'll do it. You'll do all the front end work to make sure it can be retired or detitled or whatever. But then they'll do it post closing, where in Texas, our title company would do it right away. It's at a state level and it may get done before our first closing, may not. But then it would just by the time we sell it for the second time, it's fine, right? Here it's you can't do that. And if it changes ownership, they completely start over. So that's been the on normal, already, set mobile homes, getting those figured out and detitled and stuff, and attorneys that do them. And I don't know, that's the one challenge on flipping here with mobile homes. But when you're doing new ones, you literally send the manufacturer certificate from the manufacturer to an attorney. It never gets a title, and it's, from day one, real property, not personal property. So that part's a little easier. But yeah, I'd say the thing is just buying good lots. But then there's weird stuff too. We've sold lots before that I thought were really good. We get this good deal on a lot. And people that want mobile homes are no, I won't touch it. It's it's too close to the city. We want it more rural. And I was like, what?
More rural.
Yeah. So we sold it to someone that was doing stick builds, and they thought they were great. But the people doing mobile homes are no, that's too much in the city. So
I think the test for that is can I shoot my gun off my mobile home porch?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I like
If the
that.
answer's
It's a
no,
good
move
test.
further out.
Yeah. But, awesome, man. No, that's cool. And then you like living in South Carolina too? Like, what's that like as just like a market? I've heard South Carolina. And the reason I'm asking this is at this lending conference that we were just in last month, South Carolina had the most inbound people moving there of any other state in the United States. It actually blew my mind.
Yep.
It's like 17 people moved there.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird too, because it wasn't even on the radar. And then my dispo guy, project manager guy who kind of works for me now lives here in Greenville. So then once I kind of decided like, hey, I'm probably going to move somewhere, it was like on the radar. And then I actually knew like 2 or 3 people, other random people that live here. But like I'd never even like heard of Greenville, but it's like blowing up. So it's like hours south of Asheville, but very like, we're close to mountains. There's like waterfalls everywhere. It's like really like young, active, fit kind of place. But the nice thing is it's like a small town, but also like the MSA is like 1 million people. So like you're super close. Like if I drive,
That's a lot of people.
like I won't drive more than like 10 minutes to things. So when I moved here, I always told people I felt like my days got longer because in San Antonio, everything's spread out and you're like, it's not uncommon to drive 30 minutes to the gym or 40 minutes to a friend's house or coffee shop, whatever. Where here it's like, I'm literally 5 minutes from downtown. There's a cool, like walkable downtown. Like I can like come home for lunch or let my dog, it's just like really, everything's really close and really easy.
Yeah.
And then if it's like more than 15 minutes, you're literally just like, no, I just don't need to go there. So when I first moved here, I'm like, the days are like 2 hours longer because you don't think of like, hey, if I'm driving around all day, like I'm eating up a few hours in my car.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
That just doesn't exist here. So it's been fun. It's cool. Weather's nice.
Is it like relatively cheap there? Like if you were to live in Greenville, what's a house cost?
Houses are stupid expensive.
Are they really?
So they've like blown up. It's like weird. 10 years ago, they were nothing. But like,
so what's like a 1,500 square foot house, like a 3-bed, 2-bath, in like a decent part of town? Like 400 grand?
Like 6 or 7.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Damn.
It's the next Boise, Idaho.
Yeah. So like I'm living in like a kind of like garage apartment situation now. And in like a nice area, like, kind of like nice remodeled area. But the house is probably like the neighbor, I think, just listed for $650.
Wow.
Damn.
Like nice, like downtown apartments are like $2,000 a month, something like that.
Okay.
But it's like even like the parts that are still like more like gentrifying up and coming areas of town are like 1,000 square foot, like remodeled, selling for like 300.
Wow.
But then like you'll literally like look at something on Zillow and you're like, 8 years ago you bought this for like $12,000. Like no kidding. So it's like, and even like where I live now, like the people that have these houses that are now $600,000-700,000 or whatever, I mean, they didn't pay that for them. And it's not like they would probably even normally afford them now. It's like it was $150,000-200,000 house when you bought it, and then the area exploded. But some of the like higher end neighborhoods, I mean, there's like $2, $3, $4 million houses.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which just seems crazy.
Yeah, you're describing like North Idaho is like, or just generally in Idaho is kind of like
Idaho blew up.
Yeah, there's houses that we flipped out here that on the MLS in like 2018 it got bought for like $1,800, and our like cash offer, like our discount cash was like $400.
Yeah.
By the time we bought it in like 21, 22 kind of thing. It was just out of control.
But there's like some like lake communities and stuff here. Like houses are like 6-7 million on the lake.
That's crazy.
There's like just weird. I've not really figured out. There's like crazy money here though, and like even like the development and the projects around town. Like we have like really nice parks, and, like really nice trails, and like it's super clean. Like you don't walk around and see trash.
So there's no crackheads there?
There, not a lot.
There are.
You don't really
there
see
are.
homeless
You just
people
don't go where
really.
they are.
Like,
You're just not where they are.
Well, I buy their houses, but like,
They're housed crackheads
but it's
as well.
not like it's not that bad. But it's just like really clean. But like we have this really nice park, right? The money people spend on stuff, I'm like, who's doing this and where is it coming from? Like they built this like observation tower that someone donated $10 million to build. Just like, oh, you can see downtown. Like
Donated, bro. It's all the public stuff. Like, it's all embezzlement.
they have like a community baseball field that someone donated like $2 million to build a community baseball field. That you can just like rent, play kickball or, whatever.
Yeah.
There's all these like developments going on that are really nice, like developments that like are like half full, but then they keep doing more. And you're just like, where's this money coming from?
You always hear this like term like old money, new money. I feel like the entire South is old money.
Dude, 100%. It's like the plantation money. Because we're like, that isn't that long ago. That's like 3 generations ago. You know, that's reason enough that it's carried through.
Sounds like a great place to live, though. I mean, when Aaron first moved there, I was sending him a bunch of Instagram reels of like trashy people fighting downtown. I was like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. So
and that still somehow happens. But like everyone here like loves the mayor apparently. Oh. But like in the last like 20 years, like downtown went from like a place you don't go to like very like walkable like restaurants, like farmers market. They have this cool like bridge they built over the water. They've done a lot in the last like 15, 20 years to make it like a location or like destination.
So according to Gemini, Greenville, South Carolina's wealth originated from its 19th century reputation as the textile capital of the world, driven by railroads and rivers powering cotton mills, so AKA slaves. Following a late 20th century decline, the economy successfully pivoted. You think they're getting cotton from somewhere else besides slaves?
They could have imported it from Vietnam. I have no idea.
Definitely. You know what? But you know who was picking them in Vietnam? Slaves.
We can't see
the economy successfully pivoted to high-tech manufacturing, notably the BMW plant, plus aerospace engineering and a revitalized tourism-driven downtown.
Perfect.
BMW's here, Michelin's here, Lima One's here.
Oh, Lima One. Big lender.
There's these old like manufacturing like mill buildings that they convert to like loft apartments. Those are like everywhere here, which I've never seen anywhere else. Some are cool, some are crappy. You know what you'd expect. Yeah. But it's a cool little spot.
Well, now I want to go visit. We should go pay a visit to Aaron and go hang out.
Yeah, dude. We'll buy a couple mobiles with you, and then we'll come out and visit and check out our projects.
That's a good idea. That's like actually
I like all of these ideas.
This is a great idea, Dan, for us to like have a little vacation that we can write off on the company very legitimately.
All right. Give us a deal, Aaron, where Mike and I could buy and make like 40 grand.
That's easy.
Is it possible?
Yeah.
In like 8 weeks? What are we talking
Let's do it.
In 8 weeks? What's the 8 weeks piece?
I don't know. It seems like a reasonable amount of time to make 40 grand.
I feel like you're just trying to make it harder.
Right? Yeah. I'm making it fun. It's a guy gambling
here. Right now, like right next to each other. We could put one on each.
I kind of like this idea. See?
There we go. I mean, we got to go out and visit to make sure that he's doing it correctly.
Yes.
I'm going to turn everyone into a trailer boy.
Business trip.
I will give you credit. You have really been pushing the trailer boy MO for a while, and it's obviously worked out well for you.
You're doing well.
Well, I kind of have gone back and forth, but like I'm probably more focused than I have been. I have one house I'm flipping right now, but I'm pretty much like I won't flip houses, which I haven't really been that way, where I'm like, and then here, I just think it can be like cranked up so easily. You know, the thing that sets you apart is like buying off market deals, sourcing deals, whether it's land or trailers or whatever. But now I'm like very focused on like, if it doesn't have wheels, I don't want it.
If it doesn't have wheels, I don't want it.
I love that.
That is your website or whatever brand. Like that is such a great little slogan there.
Yes. Yeah. I want that as your company logo.
Absolutely.
And that's amazing.
There we go.
Yeah. So
don't have wheels. I don't want it.
Yeah, that is really good. Actually, when you start your mastermind, eventually, that's what you can have everyone like gather around in a circle and say. They can all start chanting that.
How have we gone this far and not ranted on anyone's masterminds and gurus? Man. Don't get me started.
Because you were talking interesting stuff, man. This
is intriguing.
Yeah, but we do got to wrap up. But if you want to put anybody on blast, I'll give you 2 minutes.
I shouldn't. Can I anonymously put one? I saw someone yesterday, I won't say who it is, selling education on self-managing properties.
Oh, that's a good one.
That sounds like, who wants to do that?
That sounds terrible.
Some people do.
What's the value? Like hire, if you don't want to do it, you're not good at it, hire a property manager.
Think about it, dude. You get like a little school group going that's like the self-hate self-managers, and you charge people $50 a month. You'll get a shit ton of people, because there'll be people that have like one property and they're scared to death of their tenants. They're like the same kind of people that like give their tenants like a gift card to say thank you. You know, I'm like, fuck, well, who does that? That's fucking weird. Like you have an unhealthy relationship with this person that's living in your rental property. That's who's going to do it.
Yeah, I just like can't imagine like at least most of the like education stuff, there's like a big promise. I'm like, okay, you saved $100 a month. Like,
oh yeah,
that's cool.
Gives them confidence though. That's really what people lack right now is confidence around it. And if you can tell them like, hey, we will get you to be more comfortable doing this, and you'll make some more money, then there's the whole like squishy, sensitive part of the population that loves that shit right now.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
Gosh.
like other than that, my favorite one to hate on is a dude he's not in San Antonio anymore, but like I knew their business. They could never figure out how to source deals. They like started before I did. So like kind of like OGs in this, never really figured it out. And now he's like a wholesaling guru that like claims he makes 125K assignments on foreclosure deals in St. Louis and San Antonio.
Nice. Where houses are worth 150,000.
Yeah, and it's like one of those. It's like, dude, like I know your business. And then I had someone reach out to me because I was like trashing him one day, and I was like, "Were you in his group?" He's like, "Maybe." And I was like, "Was it good?" He's like, "I don't want to say anything good or bad." I'm like, "Well, why would you not say something good if it was good?"
Yeah,
but then it was literally like it's just like list stacking, and I was like,
"That sounds about right."
Cool. Sounds right. Like
par for the course.
Anyway.
It has changed. That sort of stuff is slowly dying out as we go, though. I think that maybe
they're all going to God now.
They're all going to God.
Gosh.
They're all talking about God.
That's the ultimate red flag.
That's the mark right there that they got nothing going on.
Yeah, but awesome. Well, Aaron, buddy, it was good to catch up, dude. I'm glad you
did
well.
It was fun. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to like plug your Instagram or anything?
Sure. I mean, it's just aaron.bihl. If you want to do projects with me, fliptrailers.com has all the information.
Fliptrailers.com?
I didn't know you had this.
Bro, you have that? You have to put, if it doesn't have wheels, I don't want it at the top of that.
Dude.
That's so good.
This is a great website. You need to trash it up a little bit though. This is nice. It looks good. But yeah, I think you got to go. Yeah, I want like an
that's
RV
AI world
with flames on it.
Oh, that was 30 minutes on AI.
That was good, dude.
What you can actually build with stuff now that's like functional is crazy. We're launching this whole thing because like the Sir Lancelot Cavalry.
No. Let's not talk about AI ever being functional. Let's just like sell people shit with it.
Yeah, totally. Well, yeah, that's the ultimate. Like, I don't actually know how to use it. Is when they start teaching people how to use it. But dude, I've built like an entire like little quasi CRM and pricing platform where we're doing this thing. We're calling it the Sir Lancelot Cavalry. And basically, it's like, so all these like part-time LOs, like loan officers, can come in and sell loans. We'll pay them a commission on it. But it like has all the pricing and stuff. So like you can be a dummy, completely newbie, and you can basically just do our whole system. And I built it in like a week and a half. It's crazy. And it's like pretty sweet. You know, and built something like that previously with how complex it is would have taken 6 months and like $50,000 like 2 years ago.
Or even like, I mean, not that we're going to go down that rabbit hole, but all the scrapers and stuff, I think the data stuff in real estate is a really good opportunity.
Yeah.
And then just like some of the website and presentation stuff of like, hey, I can throw a presentation together in 20 minutes that I'd spend hours on, right? But other than that, it's like a huge distraction. I think a lot of people are just like stupid about it.
Well, totally. It's because the problem is people are like, well, how do I replace Karen that works for me? Let's do Karen's job. Like, no, like you actually have to have a task for it and like a role and like, you know, integrate it into your business. Don't use it to become your entire business. That doesn't make any fucking sense. People don't differentiate like artificial intelligence doesn't actually mean it's intelligent. It's just like replicating what you want it to do. It's not going to...
But it organized my email.
It's right. God damn it. So do Google filters. It's not that hard. But anyways, all right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Go and check out Aaron's stuff. He's doing some cool stuff and he's been around a while. He is honestly like an OG in the off-market real estate space at this point, which is funny because I remember when we started and it was, 7 years ago-ish. But, you know, there's a lot of churn in this industry. But go check stuff out. Thanks for listening and we'll talk to you guys next week.
See y'all.
See ya.
This episode is sponsored by Sir Lancelot LLC, also known as SLA Capital, which, if you didn't know, is Dan and I's private lending company. So yes, we are sponsoring our own show, but what you going to do about it? It is our private lending company that offers hard money and DSCR loans to real estate investors of all types. So you can be a new investor, an experienced investor. You can be buying flips. You can be buying rentals, whatever. We can do everything. And not only that, but the rates that we offer are just as competitive, if not cheaper, than pretty much every other company out there. So whatever big company you've been working with, bring us their term sheets and I guarantee you that we can probably beat it. We have the same connections they do. We just don't have all the overhead and middlemen. So if you want to come and check us out, go to slacapital.com/keys and I will know that you came from the show. And by seeing that you came from here, when you get to closing, you will save $500 on your first loan with us. So slacapital.com/keys, we would love to fund your next deal. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you want more from us, you can shoot us a follow on Instagram. I am at Mike_invest. Dan is at InvestorMan Dan. And Dylan is at Dylan_does_deals. Shoot us a follow and send us a DM to let us know what you think of the show.